So I think it's fair to say that winter has hit. We've got a bit of snow coming down now. It's thickening up a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on the camera very well, but yeah, the snow is falling. The temperature is 2 degrees above freezing at the moment. It's 7:17, so it's definitely going to be sub-zero overnight. Last night it got down to -3. Well, at least it was when I woke up. Yeah, it's a bit cold this morning, guys. So it might have got even colder. I don't know. I can't say. And I spoke to a friend in Scotland who said it was -2 in Scotland at the time. So you know. So yeah, it's both stressful and exciting in equal measure to see the snow, because obviously the stress part of it comes from the fact that I don't actually have a heater in this van, and whilst I'm warm now driving the van, okay, when I stop overnight and sleep and stuff, then yeah, it's cold. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It is cold. Yeah, last night it got to about 9:30 or something. I went to bed early last night. It got to about 9:30. I was in bed, just settling down to get some sleep, when a bunch of youths pulled up right next to my car, next to my van, with their radio playing, and they get out, they're all chatting and what have you, about selling drugs and stuff, you know. That was unpleasant. And a bit worrisome at times. Yeah, but that's the first time in 35 weeks, right, that something like that has happened. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But it did unsettle me a little bit for that particular parking space. So I'm moving away from that space now. I'm going to go towards Doncaster. It's a 45 to 50 minute drive from the canal in Wakefield. And I do feel a lot safer at this particular space in Doncaster, so I know I'm going to get more sleep. Well, it's arrived and the snow's still going. It's not settling. I don't think it will settle, to be fair. The temperature on the dashboard is saying 2 degrees. I'll switch this heater off, it's a bit warm now. Saying 2 degrees. So I think it will definitely get down to the zeros tonight, but we'll just have to wait and see. I did buy stuff to have for tea. I was going to have baked potato with chilli and cheese, but it's 8:05 now and I really can't be bothered to cook anything, to be quite frank. So I can put that in the fridge. Oh, those are in the fridge, and have them over the next few days. I don't mind doing that. I might do that actually, and I might just order a Too Good To Go carvery. So if you never heard me talk about the Too Good To Go, Too Good To Go is an app that you can use to order food that's going out of date, or food that's, you know, it's last minute, it's still on the shelf and it hasn't been sold, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? You can get a carvery for about £3.50 instead of £10. It's not the great big massive portion that you would normally get from a carvery, nor does it come with gravy or a Yorkshire pudding. But you know, for £3.50 you're getting a home cooked meal. So that's not too shabby, I don't think. So yeah, I think I might do that. You order Too Good To Go, right? It's really easy, and lots of different places do Too Good To Go's as well, so you get plenty of variety. So that saves me cooking tonight, saves me using power on the EcoFlow. I think I'm going to choose to use that for heating for obvious reasons, the snow. I'm going to plug my electric blanket into that tonight, and tomorrow it will need probably a recharge then after a night of that. So I will take it into McDonald's or whatever for a recharge tomorrow after work. It's raining, actually it's not raining, it's snowing. And it's starting to settle as well. Carvery, still nice and warm. Gonna scoff that down. I'll talk to you later, mate. I think it's relatively safe to say that, you can see, but it's definitely settling out there. There's probably about half an inch on ground right now. And it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. So yeah, winter is upon us for sure, I reckon. But anyway, it's bedtime now. It's about 10:30 or something. I've got the bed set up. I'll keep my hoodie on tonight, but I am in my PJs. Top tip for bedtime wear. Now, here's the thing. It's a good opportunity to mention that my van does not have any heating at all. All right, but what I do have is these jogger bottoms. Oh, can I zoom out? I do wear jogger bottoms for bed, and these are really thick thermal kind of bed slipper type socks. A t-shirt, and I don't normally wear a hoodie actually, to be fair, but I've got one on tonight because it is a bit chilly. It is sub-zero temperatures out there tonight, as you can probably tell by all the snow that's lying around. I couldn't really see it out the back window, so I'm going to open this door, quickly show you outside. I don't want to do it for too long because I'm going to let all the heat out if I do that. All right, but also I've got my electric blanket here that I'll be putting on later as well. So I'm watching a bit of telly. I'm just watching a movie, Fantastic Four. Do you like my sci-fi? And it's on Apple TV. And I bought a Roku. And the Roku plugs into the monitor, which is brilliant. And that is just all running off of a phone battery thing. You know, you can buy the juice bars or whatever to plug your phones into. That's all running off one of those.
Dashers? I know it well. I also know it's a favorite of the lunch crowd. Eager to see and be seen.
That's mental, right? And it's still got about 50% left to go. It's been on all night, and I charged my phone. So I'm well made up with that. Well made up. It was quite an expensive one. I think it was about 40 quid for that juice bar, 45 quid or something. So not a cheap. Full disclosure, I've got no intentions of going out. I don't know if you can see all the snow falling, and it's yeah, it's settling quite heavily. Oh yeah, it's below zero out there. It's very cold out there. It's not, you know, honestly, I've said this before, and this van does keep the warm in quite well. You know, it's not really built for winter, to be honest, but it does okay. In all fairness. Now, I've made a bit of a cock-up because I do know there's more blankets in the lock-up, and I came away from Wakefield over here. And I could have gone to my locker and got those blankets, and I forgot. Never mind. It is what it is, right? If it gets too cold, I could get more blankets at Asda. Only down the road. So is Dunelm. But I think I'll be fine. I found a couple of campsites that purport to be open all year. So I can always go to a campsite, book myself in, and just plug into the 240 and run the heaters. You know, run the 240 heaters that I've got in the cupboard over there. I can plug them in and run those if I'm on a 240 volt hookup. I could run them off the EcoFlow, but they'd only run for an hour or two, and that'd be the EcoFlow dead and whatnot. Whereas if I plug the electric blanket in, it'll run it all night long. Do you know what I mean? So it's better to use it for the blanket, really. So that said, I'm going to tuck myself in for night and catch you guys in the morning. Morning. Got to be honest, I've been awake since 4 o'clock. The guy at the end there was up and about, starting his engine at 4 o'clock. Drove past me, woke me up. I'd started nodding off again. Then at 4:30, the bin men came. Did the biffa bins. Oh, God. So, you know, and it's 6 o'clock now. So, I like to say wide awake, but that's not true, is it? Clearly. Right, okay, so I think you can tell from behind me, a bit of a winter wonderland going on, and the car is covered in a couple of inches of snow as well. So yeah, we've had quite a bit of a thick snowfall last night, and it's still falling now. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a chilly day today. And it's the following day, obviously. I've just had egg on toast, a cup of tea, and what have you. It's 8 minutes past 7, and we are at 0 degrees according to the dashboard. So we are hitting sub-zero temperatures now for a number of days on a row. We've got the ice and the snow now as well. So I think personally we can say that winter is here, though officially it isn't. I don't think. I'm not sure. Yeah. Now, was I warm last night? Actually, I was alright. I wasn't exactly boiling hot for most of it, but I was toasty warm and I slept through the night quite well, up until being woken up by traffic. But that's to be expected from time to time. The Blue Yeti took a bit of a hit. Now, I think that when you turn the electric blanket off, it's never actually truly off. I think it's just on low. Does that make sense? I've said this before, that it still seems to generate heat when it's not switched on. So yeah, last night I was toasty warm. The EcoFlow took a bit of a hit, and it's now down to 55%, but that's okay. I'll pop into McDonald's or Toby Carvery and charge it up there. Morning. I've just woke up. Well, I haven't just woke up, that's a lie. I've woke up, I've got dressed, put the bed away, started the engine to warm up, and it is -2 degrees outside. And last night I put the I won't do that again. I put the blackout screen around the front of the windscreen and stuff. So of course that means this morning I've had to go out there and take it off, and that's how I ended up so cold. It was lovely and warm in here until then. So I think I won't bother with the blackout screen whilst the winter is here. That's not going to be my thing, I don't think. That's going to be much more of a summertime activity, I reckon. Although I did appreciate the blackout through the night, and got to help me get a nice peaceful bit of night's sleep. I think at some point today I might sneak in a quick 10-minute internet session of my own at break time or lunchtime in between work, and book a campsite for my good self. Now the campsite I normally use this time of year is Willow Fields, because it's closest to this location, and it's reasonably priced. But I've noticed they're closed all this week. I think they've gone away on holiday or something, the owners maybe. It's no good to me at all. So what I'm gonna do is book ones a bit further away than I would like, which is a bit of a bind, to be quite honest. But it is what it is. So I think there's St Helena's near Leeds. I think they're open all year, I'm not quite sure. And they've got electric hookups. There are a few in Scarborough. They're open all year round with electric hookups. Do I want to go as far as Scarborough? No, I don't know. It might be nice. If you think about it, really, all I do is work all day, and then after work, to be fair, after work I do sometimes go see the kids or go see my mum. I can't do that in Scarborough. But I've spent a lot of time with them just recently, and I did promise to spend time with the kids over the weekend. So what day is today? Wednesday. So if I book tonight, Thursday night, maybe Friday night. And then go see the kids on Saturday and Sunday. That should be okay. And everybody, it is, what day is it? It's Wednesday night, it's week 35, and I'm at the Toby Carvery car park for the night. It's getting on towards 9 o'clock right now, and I've just had a lazy couple of days, really, not really recorded a great deal, and nothing really much is happening. It's just a general work week. The weather is definitely winter now. It's getting very much colder. It's, I think, -1 outside right now. It's predicted to be -3 outside tomorrow. So yeah, quite chilly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into my bank account, and I'm going to book a campsite for tomorrow night, and the following night, so Thursday and Friday night, I'm going to book a campsite. I'm going to try and book the one at Leeds. So that's fairly local. Doesn't involve as much travelling. So yeah, I think that's going to be like 70 quid. I think it's like 35 quid a night, which is quite expensive, right? But there's not many campsites that are open at this time of year. And if I drive all the way down, yeah, there are 1 or 2 that are cheaper down by the coast. But if I drive all the way down to the coast, I've spent all that I would have saved in diesel. Do you know what I mean? So it's 6.5 dozen of another, really, in that respect. So I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet, pay the 35 quid for a night for a couple of nights, that's 70 quid, and enjoy the ability to put my electric heater on and stay warm and toasty in here. So and I may do that. I may extend that. I may do it for more than a couple of nights. I might do another couple of nights after that. I don't know. I haven't decided. Probably won't, actually, because I'm coming back to Wakefield to spend time with the kids. So morning, can't talk long because my phone's almost flat. I've got to put it back on charge. The temperature is, it's just warmed up. It says it's -5 now, but when I first woke up it said -7. An hour ago it said, well, not an hour ago, half an hour ago it said -6. Now it's -5. But yeah, it feels every bit of that as well outside when you go out there, to be quite honest with you. However, when it's snuggled under the blankets, under the duvet with the electric blanket on and all the rest of it, it does not feel that cold. So yeah, I think you're as cold as your kit will allow you to be. Yeah, the snow's still on the ground from the other day. We haven't had any more snowfall, but it just hasn't gone anywhere wherever it's laid on the grass. Testament to the temperatures. I think that's kind of giving credence to the temperatures there. I'm booking a campsite for tonight, and I'm booking a campsite for tomorrow night, so 2 nights on the campsite. Yeah, and that's just it, really. So heading off now to the parking space for work. It's 10 to 7 right now. And in case you hadn't wondered, it is still week 35, and it is Thursday morning, in case I haven't already said that. I don't know. I'm going to head off. I'm going to go grab some food. I'm going to get it from McDonald's because I just can't bother to cook. I'm tired. So the sun is shining. You can't believe the change in the weather. It's amazing. Right, I'm just going to quickly check the temperature on the cab here. I've got the engine running for a good reason. And it's 3 degrees above, which is 6 degrees warmer. No, in fact it's not. It's 8 degrees warmer than what it was this morning. So that's a really welcome change, for sure. I've just got a quick break in work. I'm just going to stretch my legs a little bit and get what I call a screen break. Rest my eyes from looking at the screen all day. I think that's really important to do. But yeah, I haven't yet booked the campsite for tonight. I'm going to do that in a moment. Plus I've got a little bit of a break. We can see that the snow is still hanging around a little bit. So it's not got so warm enough yet to dismiss the snow or get rid of the snow. But yeah, I think warmer weather is on its way for this area anyway. It did say in the weather forecast that this week would be quite chilly, but next week would be mild. Don't know what we mean by mild. Does it mean in double figures? I don't know. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, that's quite cool. So yeah, I'm just going to stretch my legs, guys, and that's the thing when you're working in your little tiny camper. All right, you're sleeping in it, you're eating in it, you're doing everything in it. It's your home, it's your business, it's your leisure. You need to be aware of sort of health implications of that, and make sure you get out and have a stretch and all that kind of stuff from time to time, and walk and get some exercise. And I haven't been very good at that. Been aware of it, but I'm not very good at it, to be fair. But trying to improve on that, and I'm thinking about joining the Pure Gym and going down there using some like treadmills and bikes and that sort of thing. Yeah, let me know. Are you a member of the Pure Gym? Is it any good? Is it worthwhile? If I pay my membership, does that mean I can use any Pure Gym in the country? Because that's really what I'm angling for. Not just for the exercise, but for the showers as well. Yeah, let me know if you've got any experience with Pure Gym. Well, I do not think you can even begin to fathom the joy I'm feeling right now, because I'm on a campsite. I'm at St Helena's in Leeds. I've just got here. It's knocking on in time because of course I had to finish my working day, go shopping, grab a few bits, then come over. It's not a cheap site. It's not the cheapest I've ever been on. It's 70 quid. But when you have a little walk around, you can see why it's 70 quid. Not per night. I'm staying for 2 nights, so it's 35 quid a night. And that includes electricity as well. Oh God, what a blessing. Okay, so I've got the air fryer out. I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to get some burgers on in a minute. Okay, and then I've got this little heater going, and I tell you what, this is nice and toasty in the van right now. It's absolutely epic. I can charge everything up. They've got a good toilet block with even a bath. A bath, would you believe it? I'm going to have tea and I'm going to wander over and I'm going to have just an epic bath. I might even take, because it's so late at night, it's dark and it's cold, there's nobody in the toilet box or anything at the moment, so I might even take a can of beer over with me and soak in the bath for half an hour or so, see if I can get away with that. Okay, without being disturbed. Oh my God, so epic. All right, so living in a lap of luxury right now, and I've even got a beer, would you believe? Hobgoblin Session IPA, never had it before, but I just grabbed the cheapest beer I could, and that was it. I don't normally drink alcohol whilst I'm doing the van life thing because, you know, I like my licence, but I'm on a campsite. I can do it on a campsite now, so that's fantastic. I'll tell you what, that little heater, I am absolutely boiling. Okay, it is -1 outside, -1 outside, but in here it's tropical. I haven't got a temperature for inside, maybe I'll invest in one, but it is absolutely roasting in here. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. So I'm going to have a right good night tonight, and have a good old bath. I'm going to eat, tidy, clean, then I'm going to go for a bath. I'm going to go sort of fairly late-ish, so there's a good chance I won't get disturbed by anybody else, if that makes sense, if I go fairly late-ish. Yeah. Oh man, this is ace. I can't wait for those burgers. Morning everybody. Talking quietly because, as I said on the previous clip, I'm on a campsite and the people are quite close, so I don't want to wake people up. Although we'll be teaching soon, so that could be problematic. This campsite is beautiful. It really is gorgeous. Yeah, I'll do a walk around video tomorrow probably. I'm not going to do today. I just don't have time. I'll start work in about 2 minutes. I'm all set up and ready to go. But yeah, and obviously that some people got seasonal pitches. You know, we've got the car left here, or a car left here, to scoot around in when they arrive. And this is just a fantastic place. And by the way, we have had snow overnight. That could be a problem. This is all frozen. That could be an issue. I'll have to put it in a bin bag so when it all thaws out, all the water drips off in the bin bag. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you around when I get time to do that. Tomorrow probably. Evening, it's Friday night. Probably going to be the last entry for this particular video because, you know, we're into a new week then, aren't we, more or less. So I just wanted to kind of round things up that, yeah, sometimes you just got to pay a little bit more money out to do a little bit of self-care and whatnot, and I really did need it this past couple of days coming to the campsite. And I haven't done, all I've done is work. It's just been the same old work day, you know, but I've been able to do it in warmth, as you can tell by the little heater that's still going. And there's another one over there that's not plugged in just yet because it's warm enough right now. And it was just time just right. If you keep an eye on the weather forecast and time your stays, you know, for those horrible weathers. So the weather went down to something like, I don't know what it was last night, like -3, -4 or something. And it's got down to, it's supposed to be 0 tonight, but it is not. It's definitely below 0 out there. So still sub-zero temperatures. You know, and the temperature's supposed to be almost coming into the teens over the weekend. Which is when I'm going to go to Wakefield and go see the kids. So, you know, the time is perfect for me. And, you know, campsites for that particular purpose is absolutely spot on, isn't it? You know, the price of 2 nights on this campsite has been less than the price of 1 hotel room. You know, so it's, yeah, it was a good decision. It was a good decision. Not a cheap decision, but a good decision, to be quite frank. And it's allowed me to catch my breath a little bit and just get my head straight and get work done in the warmth. Because I'm starting to feel a bit bleh with the weather. And I've no doubt I will do again. Winter is a long, sort of relentless period, isn't it? Of the gloom and stuff, and it's a significant challenge. But if I don't want to lose track with my memories in terms of where I was when I had the house. When I had the house, I couldn't afford to put the heating on. I couldn't afford to put the gas fire on, or the electric fire on actually. And I was just running little heaters like this. Can you see it? Little heaters like this, maybe a little bit bigger, you know, to try and keep warm, and I'd carry it from room to room to keep warm, and wrapping up warm and putting layers and layers and layers and layers on to try and keep warm, because I could afford to either heat or I could afford to eat. I could not afford to do both, and it was soul destroying and heartbreaking for many reasons. I haven't lost track of that, I haven't lost sight of that, and I do feel grateful for this opportunity to pull things back a little bit and stay warm and eat, you know, and stay safe through the use of a campsite as well, and to maintain some semblance of mental health, because that was taking its real toll on me. There was no doubt about it. It was hammering my mental health back in the house in sticks and bricks. And it wasn't fun. It wasn't cool. It wasn't exciting. It was awful. It was awful. So yeah, I'm grateful for my job and having a job that allows this lifestyle. You know, many people do not have that, and I have to keep that in mind no matter how difficult things get over winter. And I'll put things into context in that being neurodivergent, you can go into that negative headspace much quicker than neurotypical people can. You tend to have, I suppose, a lack of resilience towards it, for want of a better word. And it's just one of them things, you know. So I'm kind of cautious of that and weary of that, and trying to maintain a balance, if you know what I mean. A balanced headspace. And come to the campsite has allowed me to do that. It's just been a shame, really, that this particular campsite does not have a clubhouse. There are some sites I've been to in the past that have got a clubhouse. It's thriving. You can go in there and have a coffee, or whatever you're drinking, and have a conversation with humans, real life humans. Do you know what I mean? And socialise, because that's important as well. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to do that at this particular campsite, because they don't have a clubhouse that I'm aware of, and it was far too cold, and I was far too busy with work to get out and go for a walk and have a wander and randomly chat to people. Do you know what I mean? I did go to the toilet block a few times, and a few people stopped me to say hi, how are you, blah blah blah. But I didn't, because I was running to the toilet block in between lessons, at break time. I didn't have time to stop and chat, unfortunately. But that was a work thing. So I am still on the campsite. Oh my God. And it's still snowing. Look at the top of that pipe thing there. There's at least 3 inches of snow there, maybe 4. Oh my God. Oh, it's not good. So I take it back. It's not snowing, it's raining. But I do have to answer the call of nature. And look at this. My feet are going right down, and then my socks are going to get soaking. Well, I'm not happy about that. And let's go to the toilet. The first thing I've got to do is take the windscreen cover off. The big black one here, look. I'm going to put it in a bin line. I don't normally do that, but I want to put it in a bin line so I've got time for all the snow and ice to melt off of it, to get it dry, so then I can put it in its proper bag. It's cold. I spoke to the lady who runs the place just on the phone, and she says I'm okay to stay here until 1 o'clock. She says temperatures are supposed to rise into double digits today. I think she's been up, so hopefully things might clear a little bit by then. We have got rain falling, but it's 0 degrees outside right now, and it's falling onto snow. So I think it might end up a little bit worse, actually, because it's going to freeze, isn't it, that rain? But anyway, I'm going to hang on till 1 o'clock. I'm going to stretch it out for as long as I possibly can before I depart. I have promised the kids that I'd be there for just after lunch, so 1 o'clock is it's a little bit later than I would have set off, but I think I need to play it safe. I'm not putting myself in a dangerous or tricky position, because I don't know if you know where I am, but I'm up in Otley, and Otley is in the middle of nowhere, essentially. We've got lots of single track roads and single track lanes and stuff I had to go down to get to here. But of course then the roads were clear. There was no rain or anything. So on the way out it's going to be a different story. So I want to be safe. I don't want to end up in an accident or anything. So I'll leave it till 1 o'clock and see what's happening. In the meantime, I'm running the heaters again, and I've got to get this van tidied, and as you can see from the front, it's in a horrific state, because the front seats become my catch-all. Everything kind of gets dumped on there. I would like to have them clear and tidy and everything before I set off at 1 o'clock. But now I've got more time. If I'd have known I could stay till 1 o'clock, I'd have stopped in bed now. I wouldn't have got out of bed just yet. Feel and look much better after a quick trim and a full shower. The showers are scalding hot. They're brilliant. They're really good. The pressure's not wonderful, but you know, you can get past that with a nice heat of the water. The bath in there, I've said this before, the bath in there, they do have a full bath. I don't know if it's because of the time of the year, and I don't know where the water tank is stored for the bath or anything, but the water is tepid at best, which I was disappointed in. I would have loved a bath, just have a nice soak in it, you know, and get all chilled and relaxed and all that good stuff. But it is what it is, right? You know, maybe I'll come back in the summer. Maybe the bath might be nice and hot then, you know. But anyway, my feet got absolutely soaked when I was going to and from shower block. So I've got them trying to get my trainers dried out as best I can from each direction. And I've got probably just less than an hour left on this site, and then I've got to depart because it is pushing 12 o'clock now, and I really do need to get a move on. I want some food. I'm hungry for my dinner. I did have a big bowl of porridge and blueberries for this morning, but you know, it's dinner time now, more or less. Okay, right then guys, it's time to make a move, and I have cleared up the rat's nest of stuff. I use the sink for stuff that's going to slide around. Yes, that's going to slide around. I'm going to take that off and put it on the floor in a minute, so it's not going to end up just everywhere. But now I've got to unplug the electrical cable. Now here's a top tip, and I got this from watching YouTube. If you're experienced at this, then you will already know it's not a top tip for you necessarily, but it might prove useful for beginners. Okay, so when you unplug the electrical cable, I mean, if you consider the weather out there right now, it's raining persistently. Okay, always unplug the live end first. So always unplug it from that part there first. Okay, otherwise if I unplug the other end from the back of the van first, I end up carrying around a live cable in the rain, and that's not great, right? Take a rag with you, so as you curl it up, roll it up, you can wipe it down. All right, so you don't want to be putting wet cables away, so you know they're soaking wet when you want to use them again next. All right, so I'm going to have a little go at that, and I packed up and tidied away, and I'm ready to hit the road. I would love to be able to film some of this for you, but I can't because I don't have the technological capability to do so.